We continue with the second one, which is saddle pose, and that is also still stimulating the front of the body, enhancing your digestion, and also creating pressure in the lower back to create this natural curvature in your back. So I need to explain a little bit how you can go into it, because that is different for everyone. So do this little test for yourself. Try to sit in between the feet and see how that feels. If you feel any uncomfortableness in the knees or in the hip area, and you feel that you're being pushed back or you're not able to sit down onto the floor, then probably sitting in between the feet is not a good idea for you, and then to do saddle that way. So then another option is to sit on your feet. So either you start the pose with sitting in between or on top of the feet. Then if the stretch is too much for the top of the instep or the front of your ankle, if that is too intense, you can use a rolled up blanket and make sure it's not too thick. And then you roll it up and you place the rolled up part underneath the ankle so that there is less extension asked from your ankle. But some like it because it gives a good stretch on the front of the ankle and on the instep. And then here we're going to go back. So here, if you know that you have a lot of tension in your quads, then have blocks or props nearby so that you can lie on top of it. And then from here, you feel, how are my legs doing? Do I feel any sensation in my knee that doesn't feel okay? Then you need to adjust. And I will give an option with one leg in a moment. But first we're going to go and try it with both legs. Then if this is okay for you, you can go all the way down. And as you can see, I'm moving my body around a bit to facilitate my body to ease into the pose. I tuck my tailbone a bit, and that enhances the stretch on my quads and my hip flexors and diminishes the pressure in my lower back. If this is your depth, then you can use a pillow or a bolster underneath your back so that you can stay here and allow the head to go back and the arms to the side. If you want to go further down, that is of course also an option. But for some, all the way down maybe is too much stretch or gives too much pressure in the lower back. Then we need to adjust a bit. And for some, they don't feel anything here. You need to heighten the hips a bit. So instead of putting a pillow under the spine, you can also put it under the hips so that there is more of a stretch created on the whole fascia on the front of the body. If this is super uncomfortable for you due to the pressure of the legs, or you feel your knee, or you feel too much stinging sensation in the lower back, then one leg might be an option. So take one leg out. Maybe you need to come up and you are not able to do it this way. And then you can, again, play with one leg. So maybe allow it, the right knee in this case, I've taken it out, to fall out to the side. You can place it up. You can straighten it out. Whatever position you put your right leg in and gives you a good stretch on the left leg and avoids this pressure on the left knee. If you still feel the left knee, we need to diminish a little bit the bend of the knee. So then also placing something under the hip might help to diminish the pressure. But that intensifies the stretch. So you have to see how that will work. So if you have the pose that gives you the sufficient stretch in the quad, a doable pressure in the lower back, and no sharp sensation in the knee, you are in the right position. You can also bring your arms up and move the torso a bit to the right to elongate the stimulation on the fascia. Remember, the fascia is this spidery web full of liquid in between and surrounding and inside everything that is existing in our body. Around nerves, around lymph, around veins, muscles, organs, bones. So when you feel a pull, it might not only be felt in the leg, but also in the belly, into the side of the rib cage, even all the way up into the arm. Those are all the areas that you can feel. So if it took you some time to find a position, make sure you do it for like 5 minutes. Gently breathing in and out. Allowing your face to soften. Allowing the muscles of your back to relax. Letting go of your bum muscles. Letting go of any effort, any judgmental thought of thinking that it should be in a certain way. Allow yourself to be free of those thoughts and connect with what it is that you feel and what you need. And then act onto that, choosing the right thing for you in this moment. And as it is a 5-minute practice of each pose, I already need to guide you out of the pose, but if you feel like you want to stay longer because you're just in the right position, or you want to spend more time, I'm a big fan of more time, so please stay, or pause the video and then wait for the guidance to come out. And then you can start the video again. But if you want to leave, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. So if you're doing saddle with both legs, then use your abdominal muscles and your hands to press into the floor, and use your abdominal muscles to come up. If you're with one leg, straighten one leg out, and make sure that after the rebound you do the other side. And allow yourself to move slowly. And here on your back, feel the effect. Try to stay still, to really feel the movement within. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out, and staying as long as you need before you go and do the other side. See you at the next one.